This was a dynasty not to be underestimated, so much so that when the time came, they did not back away from a toe-to-toe fight with the butcher's boy from Ipswich. Cardinal Thomas Wolsey, Archbishop of York and Papal Legate, was, so the story goes, a butcher's boy from Ipswich. He attended Ipswich School, which began educating its pupils back in the 1300s, and continues to do precisely that today. Now, he would have been allowed to attend that school if his father was a senior member of the local Merchants' Guild or a high-ranking burgess in the town. Let's be frank, a butcher by trade may be, but he was also a man of honour and wealth, because from there his son went to Magdalen College School in Oxford, and then to Magdalen College itself, where he became known as the Boy Bachelor, because he earned his degree aged just 15. Wolsey became a member of the clergy in 1498 when he was ordained at Marlborough, but he continued on at Oxford as master of the college school. In 1502 he became chaplain to the Archbishop of Canterbury, Henry VIII no less, and then when the Archbishop died the following year, he became a servant, that is to say an employee, of Richard Nanfan of Burts Morton in Worcestershire. Nanfan was also Knight Deputy of Calais. Following Nanfan's death, Wolsey then joined Henry VII's court and became the king's chaplain. In royal service, Wolsey came under the wing of the Bishop of Westminster, Richard Fox, who at the beginning of young Henry VIII's reign in 1509, the Venetian ambassador referred to Fox as the Alter Rex, implying that the bishop carried more authority than the youthful young king, and indeed that Fox was the king in all but name. Wolsey would inherit that same unofficial title, Alter Rex. By 1511, Wolsey was well on course to oversee Fox's impending, if not entirely voluntary, retirement. He set about cozying up to the Habsburgs and their anti-French policy. So Wolsey began his international political career as a bosom pal of the Habsburgs and their alliance with Spain. Speaking over 20 years later, on the 11th of May 1532, Henry sent a message to the members of the Reformation Parliament, and it read, "I thought that the clergy of my realm had been my subjects wholly, but now I have well perceived that they be but half my subjects, yea, and scarce my subjects, for all the prelates at their consecration make an oath to the Pope, clean contrary to the oath that they make to me, so that they seem to be his subjects and not mine." The Cardinal had been the de facto ruler of England for almost 2 decades. As a clergyman, at his ordination in 1498, he made an oath, as Henry correctly stated, to the Pope, clean contrary to the oath that he made to the king, so that he seemed to be his, that is to say the Pope's subject, and not the English sovereign's. And so he had been, the Pope's subject and not Henry VIII's. Wolsey was a man of the papacy, that is to say the papal office, and loyal to the Pope of the day. But he became more than that. Wolsey, in all he did, was driven by an insatiable ambition to become Pope himself, and so the most powerful man in Christendom. The Cardinal and Queen Catherine of Aragon became the most bitter enemies, and she came to loathe the man. However, in the second decade of the 16th century, she was his ticket to the top, or so he thought. After all, her father was King of Spain, her husband bore the title King of England, and her nephew was the presumed heir to the Holy Roman Empire. What better friend could a wannabe pope wish for? So the manipulative Wolsey cozied up to the powerful Habsburgs. Here we are in Christendom and all that Wolsey coveted. In 1511, Pope Julius